Well, hello there. This is Shane from Shane's Reviews, and I hope you are having a great day today. So today we're going to be talking about the Jack Reacher book. Yes, I was very reticent about this one, but it is Better Off Dead, and it's book 26, so there's been a few of them. But the big question is did they pull this one off? They being Lee Child and Andrew Child. If you don't know, Lee Child's wanting to kind of retire and stop writing Jack Reacher, and so he wanted to pass it on to his brother and allow him to write. And they've already had another book that came out. You can check out that review here. I posed the question, you guys and gals answered, and I don't think you're wrong. And for those of us that have been reading Jack Reacher for quite some time, there's kind of an established role. There's a way that I think about Jack Reacher, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. Everybody's probably got their own little viewpoint about whom he is to them. And that's cool, that's fine. But it really seemed like whenever Andrew took over on that last book and wrote in conjunction with his brother Lee, that it really missed the mark. I mean, he was a whole lot more wordy. Let's just be upfront about that. Jack Reacher never really has to prove himself to anybody. He does what he does, and then he moves on. But this version of him in that previous book was like, oh, a cat's stuck in a tree. Oh, grandma needs help with getting the cookies rolled out. Oh, it was just, it was just that way. It really was. It was phenomenally not like any other of the books that I had ever read. And I expected it to be a little different. But if you want to do that kind of a thing and explore the space, I'm sure that everybody that reads Jack Reacher would be fine with that in the future, if that's a direction that was took slowly, not dramatically in one book, right? So I was really reticent about even picking this up. I didn't want to. I was thinking to myself, that last one, that was so outside of the way that Jack Reacher usually is. And I don't think that I can subscribe to it. I don't think that I can enjoy it. And so I got it. Now, I was quite surprised. I really was. And I was surprised in a good way this time, because the last time, by the end of the book, I was ready to just hang the franchise out, put it on a hanger, put it on the clothesline, run it out, and just wait for the wind to blow it away and never see it again. But this time, I think that maybe they took some of the creative criticism. I know that there was plenty of bad criticism too, because anytime that something like this is done, of course there's going to be. But I think that they did well together this time. I really do. There's no other way to put it. I know that I was kind of pausing a little bit there and trying to put some thoughts together, but I mean, quite frankly, I've probably listened to this book, I would guess about 5 times now, maybe 6. I wasn't wanting to have to thrash the book. I wasn't wanting to have to throw it out. I wasn't wanting to have to say, you know what, that's it. I'm done with Jack Reacher. Now there's another series that unfortunately has happened to got to that status with me, and to not tarnish its name, I will just let it peacefully stay in its cold grave. But the long of it is I was very pleasantly surprised in this, and there were some new elements, there were some new stylistic type things that was used in the book that normally we wouldn't see from Lee Child. So you can tell that, yes, the both of them did indeed work on it together. But the thing that I really appreciated on the story and Jack's behavior and his interaction with the world around him is that he stayed more true to himself in this book than he has in previous books, or in the previous book. So for that, kudos. Thank you. Thank you for hearing us. If you happen to see this video, seriously, a heartfelt thank you. Because Jack Reacher is that dirty little secret, that dirty little thing that I like in the back that I go to whenever I want that adventure, whenever I need to see the man's man of the world do the manly man things. And it's okay to be empathetic. Empathy has nothing to do with being a man's man, manly man stuff. But there is a point where you're not being true to the characters whenever you have them do things outside of the bounds of which they would normally do. That was the thing that had me upset. Now, if Jack starts to show empathy and he starts to do this, that, and the other over the course of time, it would change the series completely, and it would change the way that people view him. And that would probably be a hard sell to do because he's so established. It's like waiting for concrete to set for 20 years and then telling it, no, you're not going to be a step. I'd like you to be a fountain instead. It's really hard to get that to change, right? Because, well, 1, physics, 2, chemistry, 3, you made it as a step. So don't try to make it be a art piece. And that's kind of the way that I feel about that whole scenario in that previous book, because I haven't listened to it since that review, and I really don't plan on getting it back out. Now, let's talk about if this is worth your time, efforts, and energies. If you're used to old school Jack Reacher, should you spend your money on this one? I have changed my opinion, and I think, yes, it would be worth your time, efforts, and energies on this one. Now, the previous one, not so much. Now, this one, on the other hand, Jack is traveling, he sees something, and he does his typical idiot slash, oh, what's that? Oh, I got poked kind of a moment where he stumbles upon something. And then the story starts to take off. And the story is actually really well done. It's really well thought out. So I'm hoping that if you were upset enough that you were like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not listening to another Jack Reacher novel. I'm not going to read another Jack Reacher novel. I would ask kindly, give it a chance, give it a shot, because I think if you do, you will be very pleasantly surprised in that the tonality and the drive of the story and the subplots of the stories has been brought back around. So it's a good telling of, hey, this guy does this happens, we get to a point, oh, here's the subplot, and there's actually something deeper going on. All these things are present this time, whereas before, it really was just kind of like a glance on the chin in between working and all this kind of thing. Whenever I get a chance, that's been in my ear, and I've been going through, listening, recording the details in my mind, and I don't see any slip-ups, I don't see any craziness in there, and in fact, the story is actually kind of heart-touching. I really enjoyed seeing the way that he started to resolve things, and possibly even tried to get people that probably would have blown up in each other's faces to actually get along. Using the town that was chosen for the story to unfold in, for example, regardless if it was a made-up town or a real town, if the actual stuff was any kind of historical accurate or whatnot, well done. It was just enough to create a good setting for things to unfold in. But in all quaintness aside, I probably was reaching a little bit because I was looking for excuses not to like it, if I'm honest. I really was. But I enjoyed it a lot. If you have wrote Jack Reacher, Andrew Child, and Lee Child off, please give it another go. I think that you will enjoy it if you give it an honest shot, and I hope that they will continue to produce and make things like this, because I will buy more. I will subscribe to that. I will check out what they come out with. I would be super excited, actually, to see more from them on Jack Reacher. So it's that time of the day. I gotta start getting things done. I apologize if the sound might be a little bit off or whatever. Like I said, I had to put everything back together. We've been experimenting and playing with things, and so soundboards went here, there, everywhere. Equipment went there, here, and over, back, around, sideways. You know, it was just really strange. You know what? A couple of other random words. Apple crate. Yeah, there we go. But we're getting everything back settled. So if things are a little hot, I apologize. If by chance this is your comment, it's the best one that we found this week. And thank you. Thank you for that. I will be doing another commentary video on your comments, by the way, sometime fairly soon, because there seems to be more comments. I like that. Please keep it up. And again, if you made it this far, you are my personal hero. Thank you so much. If you see something in here that you think we did right, please make sure that you do a little tippy-toe dance on that subscribe button. Or if you like, drop a train on it and smash it into oblivion. either which way, I'm Shane with Shane's Reviews. This was a review on Andrew Child and Lee Child's book, Better Off Dead. Yes, Better Off Dead, book 26 of the Jack Reacher series. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sure if you happen to choose a video that's coming in over here, but if you pick one of those, I will see you in the next video. Remember, socially distance, wash your hands. We're not through it yet, but here's hope things will get back to normal soon. Bye-bye.